Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th edition. Join our various gaming groups as we play the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. And maybe just hang out and chat about gaming in general. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and rpgpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
So you want to approach it from the south?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your survival check as you guys set up a nice, beautiful camp again. And you're getting out there. It's going to be probably like 9 o'clock-ish in the day as you're heading that way.
Is the worm considered a beast?
The worm is considered a beast. It's just kind of like Moses at the area.
Was it a Mongolian death worm?
It is a Mongolian death worm, because that's where Dune got it from.
It's the Dune worm.
Which is funny,
And there's
because
gonna be at least an
those are
Algae
only
somewhere.
3 feet.
But there's no
Yeah.
dunes out here. So.
Shai Halud.
Yeah.
21. Not that damn big.
So you guys
No, that's what he said.
yeah, take some mild correction to go just south of where you're supposed to go, and then you come up from the south. As you're getting really close to the location, is there anything, any precautions that you're going to do?
I want to take a minute and listen just because I have beast tongue. We're far away from the worm, right?
The worm
so I can't get the
mows
worm.
it on before you got stopped looking at the lookout.
Okay, I want to take a moment just to listen in general, like see if I can hear any other animals or anything.
You do hear the normal wildlife. You hear the chipmunks chipping, the birds cooing, so there is
Some
wildlife.
guy
Caw, caw, caw.
Horse.
Nay!
So if you want to look for beasts to talk to, give me a survival check. Or a stealth check. Take either or. Sneaking up on the beast to talk to it, or a survival to creep up on the proper
Just do
way.
it.
I'm gonna do stealth.
I'll do a perception check.
Well, okay.
I was gonna ask for a specific perception check for
14.
corruption.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll yours.
Just a general 14.
14. You don't seem to sense any danger, but there is something once we get that perception check.
7.
7. With your 14, you do see some old tracks. They're about a week or two old.
Can I tell what they are?
In a survival check in a second you can, but let's find out what you
Oh, I only got a 5.
Every time you try to walk up to a beast to talk to it, the little shits run away. They seem skittish. It's not a bad roll. It seems that they're skittish for some reason.
Okay, that's helpful at least.
17.
17. Clearly
As I
these...
scratch nuts on his head.
You clearly know the trail you saw was human sodded shoes with hammered soles. Totally southerners.
We need to track them and kill them.
Yes.
And it looks about 2 weeks, maybe a week old, depending on how...
Head in the direction we're going?
They actually headed towards where you went. The tracks you found are coming away from right where you're heading.
Oh, maybe it was the idiots who we already killed.
It seems that there was, with your 17, you were sure that there were a number of 4.
4 of them?
Sit
4.
if you don't want to.
And it doesn't seem unsimilar to the trail that the scouts that you took out left.
I will convey it to everybody else.
So that the scouts have been poking around in this area.
They're not welcome.
Do I need to get the duct tape from my truck?
No, I told him to get up and move. There's nothing wrong with moving
Or
around.
the bungee cords?
That's exactly what the wildlife's doing every time you try to talk to him. You say, "Talk to me, little badger," and the badger's
think
just
I'd
like,
be used to it.
"And no badger for you."
Dang it.
So
those things get
So you guys see in the trees these ancient repeated carved words in Goblin. You guys totally know. They basically are goblins saying, "Spring of eternal life, do not pollute," which basically in Goblins, "do not bathe" is the words. And you can see every time a goblin's been here, because it's at the 2-foot mark on the trees. The rest of you guys are like, huh? It's been repeatedly carved, so like every time someone comes here, they re-up the carves. So is someone going to like stealth their way up there? Or
I get advantage on it.
Yeah, send the sneaky ones.
Okay,
You guys
so
can
the
go
two of
ahead
you are
together.
gonna stealth?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me your advantage.
Nat 20.
Do I get to roll?
And yeah, you can hold it. And you as well have
No,
your wild goblin, so you do have advantage.
Nat 20, 24.
You guys see your Iron Sworn friend lift like one giant fern leaf, and when it falls down, gone. Just the elf is gone. 23, and then all of a sudden, a little tiny leaf lifts up as the goblin goes solid and gone. As you guys don't even notice each other because you're sneaking through the undergrowth, and you hear this trickling of water, and it's a very pleasant trickling of water. As you guys come around, from which side of the spring do you want to head from? North, east, south, or west? Can be the same, can be different. It's totally up to you guys.
North.
North?
You're going all the way around? We're coming from the south. But
Yeah.
that's all right.
Fine.
Southeasty? Okay, so as you're going further around to come back from the north, you start to notice as soon as you're making that turn to come back south towards the spring, that you're clearly hearing the trickling through the trees. But as soon as you do, you realize there's a path that you're about to, all of a sudden you're walking through the forest silent, and you pull open 2 bushes and put your foot safely down, and before you put your foot down, you notice the most insane thing ever. Heading north-south of your position, the grass and trees seem not dead and rotting, but devoid of life. It looks like they've gotten hit by a frost, and they're not rotting, because you know when plants frost, they frost and turn to green slime.
Yeah.
These look freshly frozen, like freeze-dried, more than frozen. So it's got that are you going to reach down and touch some of the freaky grass?
That's why we came the south route, was the north.
I will poke it with
corrupted
a
looking
dagger.
trees.
You poke it with your dagger, and the grass, instead of like breaking it like you think it would do or bending like it should, it literally makes a foamy sound, just like dehydrated freeze-dried food, where it gives you that styrofoam sound as you break it. I'm not intimidating it so Kelly doesn't freak out. And you realize this doesn't scream corruption to you, it is just something murder. And it's in like a 10-foot wide, straight-ish path heading north and south. You have a feeling with that perception check you had earlier. The grass is bent over, pointing north. So whatever's causing it, you think, headed that way.
Headed north.
Is that the way that we saw the worm go too?
The worm kind of went that direction, yeah, but it doesn't look like anything a worm would do. Worms would just
the worm
burrow
was a lot
and
bigger.
come up and go down.
Okay.
They basically cause burrows is what they do, and tunnels.
Not the worm.
So this is something new. Give me an Arcana. Yeah, it's great.
Natural 1, so 0.
Oh.
It's perfectly safe.
He hurts
It's
a brain cell.
It's creepy. You know, he pulls up a piece of grass and licks it.
He hurts a brain cell.
One of them stopped
Dies.
urinating.
It's
I forget what movie that was from.
But it's odd that the path goes straight north-south. But it's definitely got like an undulating path, so it's not something like beaming a line. It's something about 10 foot wide, oozing over, taking the path of least resistance. And you're pretty sure it went that direction from the occasional branch bent and grass laid down. But it's completely dead. There's 0 life there. You even find like a little bird corpse that has a hole about that big in it on the ground. The blood is frozen to the corpse still. And there is 0 rigor mortis, 0 decay. It's just like someone just took it, froze it, and it's right there. But it's not moist.
But it has a hole in it.
But it has a hole in it. Like somebody took a spear went.
Okay.
And meanwhile, down to the southwest, you come creeping through and you've heard tales of this spring of life. It is a beautiful place. The water is the purest goblin water of them all. Which, what that means to the rest of y'all, I don't know. But
Not
to the
very
goblins, it's the
not a very
purest
good
water
standard.
ever.
Oh.
And as you break open the branches, because you didn't have to stop for no creepy path, give me a perception check.
I'll
It's going to
find
be
it. Found it. As you pointed, 15, 19.
19. Clearly, you open up the leaves to look at where you hear the water babbling through the sacred rock. There's this chunk of granite that's got 3 big cracks that almost look like claw marks. And trickling through the 3 gashes is a beautiful stream
So
of
it's a
water.
natural spring.
And as you're looking at this beautiful, pristine, clean water, and by the way, clean, I actually mean clean water, not just goblin clean. Because the stuff goblins will drink.
Sparkles.
As you watch this water trickling down to the pond, you totally see some broken chunks of clay-like rock, like almost like fired clay. That could be rock, could be clay. It's got some scratches on it. And it's totally laying broken in pieces in the puddle that then becomes this little pond and a stream. Immediately with your perception, you know that in the water here, that little, it looks like,
You can look out the door and watch for when he's coming. Sorry.
because the pretzel guy will be coming.
He's very excited, so I'm
Pretzels.
like, you can watch for him if you want.
It looks like there's a clayish disc perched on the rock, but the disc is now broken in like 6 or 7 pieces, and it clearly has in Goblin. There's this little scrimshaw that you can read of the seal of goodness, keep the bad away. As many goblins have put little marks in this of seal, keep us safe, gift from elves. And it's of course broken and sitting in the water. And when you look at the spring where it actually goes into the little stream, because it's a little like 3 foot deep little pond, it's crystal clear water except for obviously when you look at it something's wrong. Because if you've ever seen Italian dressing where it's got the dark oil and the oil floats in chunks separating and not bending with the water,
Yeah.
there's black blobs floating
Somebody's
in
messing with
the
the
water.
damn spring.
And what did you have again?
23? No,
With
sorry,
your-
19.
With
19.
your 19?
Yeah.
You clearly see that where the seal was sitting, there's a small crack in the same rock where the water's coming from. And there's a little bit of black goop around the little...
Humans. No.
Damn
Could be.
humans.
Humans.
And you see the spring, you know, that you immediately take a look, you see this should be a natural spring, and you see a bunch of dead little minnow fish
Oh,
that
how are
seem
we
not
supposed to
like
clean a goddamn
dead
spring?
and rotten, but they look weird, almost like
Devastated.
frostburn weird. And you see a couple plants just heading north of the spring where
Oh,
the
I'm sure they're
spring trickles
responsible.
off. You notice all of a sudden the rocks seem like scoured clean of moss because all these normal rocks are covered in moss. Then you see brownish gray streaks through all the rocks that the moss has been killed, like stripped of life and frostburned.
What the hell is
And
this?
then it opens up into a path that gets to about 10 feet wide and starts undulating out of the water.
Like a snake.
So it came
Well,
from
it looks more liquid than snake. So like a
it's a
snake will give you a
slime.
predictable pattern.
Yeah.
This seems to like be slothing in whatever
In
the lowest,
like the lower,
exactly, like
It's
water
like a slime
almost.
or
like
something.
yeah.
As you look up and as you do, you see the path and you see a little ahead your buddy
Yeah,
up
the
there.
slime would eat everything.
And the two of you look at each other and make eye contact with each other.
What the hell is
You guys gonna. I'm badly. Well, no, I wouldn't know what this is at all. Never mind.
This is something, you can do an Arcana check. This is something bizarre.
Yeah, I failed it so bad.
Even for the Arcana folks, this is something bizarre.
Two.
Better
Bad.
than my 0.
You just look and you go, bad juju. I heard the tales of this bad juju. So what do you two do when you make eye contact with each other?
Go get everybody else.
Okay. Getting captain.
And clearly when you make eye contact with your goblin friend, you realize whatever this is came from the spring and slothed north past you.
Look at Susie.
Oh,
Alright.
it's the pretzel man.
A pretzel apocalypse?
Oh my.
So
Holy
two
cow.
naked
Pretzels.
pretzels.
Naked pretzel.
2 pretzel apocalypses.
Alright, salted pretzel.
One right here.
And then one more.
Yay. Thank you.
As the group has stopped to eat
The pretzel
elven pretzel
apocalypse.
bread.
And your fries, they'll come next. And
This is
Pretzels
bread.
everywhere.
Thank you, photo man.
You guys come back. You come back to the camp and you see everyone is having elf bread.
Hey, one bite of this will keep a full-grown man's stomach full for a day.
You weren't supposed to eat the whole loaf.
How many have you eaten?
How many
Brad?
did
I've eaten 4.
Yeah.
So I go to Captain and everybody and tell them
I'm
what
sure these are
happened.
cold.
you can have one though if you want.
And I'm gonna ask
Still not
if
bad.
you've heard of anything like this.
What?
We'd have to look at it.
And by the
see.
way, your roguish scout gives you the worst description ever with that too.
I'm sure.
I'm
Yeah,
also
no.
angry because evil grows you. How dare.
And none of the stories have they said anything about the sacred spring having salad dressing in it.
I want to go closer and
Specifically,
Yeah,
the
we'll
salt.
move forward to
Like-
the
Salt
spring.
dip something in it to see if it like.
Hold up.
As
Let
I'm
me,
like reaching in with like a
like,
blade of grass or something.
let me inspect first.
Okay.
See what's going on. So what do we want? Arcana?
Mm-hmm. And by the way, as you quickly exploringly poke it, as soon as you hit a blob that comes up, because it's basically just like undulating in the currents.
It's a lava lamp.
Yeah, exactly. Or Italian dressing, as I like to think of it. As soon as your blade of grass hits it, it like crinkles and dries, and you just like feel like something sucking the life out of it.
21.
This is some evil shit. You don't recall hearing anything other than ancient stories of something like this. You do recall one ancient story that the witches would share.
Okay.
Basically, when they have their witches moot, and there would be booze, and they'd be talking about the scariest shit you ever seen. Literally, when witches get together and have ghost stories, scary shit's brought up. And this sounds, with that 21, very similar to a story you were told of a thing that it's collectively called the creeping darkness.
Ew.
Because it's literally a creeping darkness.
Right.
And this darkness drains the life force of everything it touches. It doesn't rot or decay, it drains the life
Life
force.
sucks the
And
life out of it.
between life force and cold, that's how it kills.
Right.
So it's a creature or
It's an
entity
thing.
of darkness.
Yeah, it's an entity that. And one thing you do remember from the stories is this is. Of course, according to the witch's lore, which could be right, could be light, it could be hokum, could be somebody's best guess, which science is science until it's proven wrong. It's the embodiment of corruption.
Okay. Right.
Because it seeks out corruption to consume.
It eats corruption.
Now, with your 21, there's other creatures out there that actually do eat corruption. And
Right.
they multiply.
Right.
And can leave a person free of corruption. They're great. Except it's a 10-foot flying monster. It looks like a mosquito that will eat you. When it's done sucking on your hickey, you have no corruption. But it's vomit force another one of its.
Right. Yeah, this kills
Creepy
you.
things. But
This will cleanse you of your corruption, but
this
kill you.
thing basically is attracted to the greatest force of corruption that it can sense.
And that's why it's
Which is
poison.
north.
Which is north at the moment.
Okay.
What's north?
Shit.
So I give like little
Dark Davokar.
witchy signs and stuff and
You do the pa pa pa.
yeah, and tell them this sounds like the creeping darkness has been here. Can I guesstimate time frame-ish? It might have been.
You would think with that roll, I'll give you. You think the seal was broken about a week ago,
Okay.
Same time
which
humans were there.
would line up with the tracks that you found and the humans in the area.
See?
And on that creepy map that you've not been able to decipher, that no one looked at yet. You guys whip out remember the humans had a map
Yeah, I
with
know,
marks?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
There is a mark right here.
So those little fuckers did
Damn
live here and they...
humans. Yes.
I'm
So
assuming
either they accidentally or purposely broke the seal, which let whatever this thing is at.
They did it on purpose. They're humans.
now if anyone would
They're
like
also
to
kinda
try to
stupid,
drink
so, you know.
the water that's
No.
contaminated, would anyone like to now the dribbling? If anyone, especially goblin size, would like to try to get water straight from the spring, you could try.
I was
Can
gonna
I
say this
put it
is
in the water skin that comes straight from the spring?
You could try.
I don't want to drink it, but I'll put it in the.
yeah. Well, does the spring look safe? I mean,
The spring
maintaining
itself
its
looks
properties.
safe. The hole
The-
is underneath
pond.
it, so as the water trickles, the hole with the black goo squirted into the same pond.
Right.
Okay, I don't want to drink it, but I'm gonna go up with the water skin and try and fill it.
Okay. So
From
give
above.
me a sleight of hand.
Oh my god, I can't. 8.
Oh no.
Like
So-
trip and break it more.
As you see your dwarven friend go up there, she pops the cork in the wineskin and totally tries to do the water. The little trickle of water spurts for a second, and you drop the water skin into the water.
Oh no.
Do
Sorry,
you
guys.
want to put your hand in and retrieve it?
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna look at the water. I'm gonna look
No.
at him. Okay, no.
Now, remember, they just gave you the empty water skin from the Great Hut. You guys could collect water in one of your own water skins.
I'm gonna take out my own water skin then. I'm gonna drink the water that's in there, and I'm gonna try it again.
Maybe you should have... What's your sleight of hand?
I was gonna
It's
say,
+3, but I only
maybe-
rolled
I
a.
have a 7.
Yeah, let's do somebody who has a better sleight of hand.
I have a +7.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pass it over to you then.
Okay.
There you go.
Only 5.
expertise.
She's a rogue. She's becoming
Rogue
soon.
things.
Yeah, the
Rogue
expertise.
expertise.
Yeah, that double.
Okay, so our rogue is going to use her nimble fingers to grab the water skin.
9
I'll lift her up to it.
Yay!
16. Okay, you fill it up with the sacred water. You've been heard how great this water is. Are you tempted to drink from the water?
Nobody's
You
Well,
filled up the
I
wineskin.
mean,
nobody's
If she's
in
gonna
here.
hold me, can I like give you?
You could totally.
This little cookie.
Okay, you as soon as you scoop your hands and slurp some, you guys see there's a slight shimmer, like all of us who have seen Tron, and some of us who probably haven't. The shimmer of
Tron.
the healthy water as she goes, and you would totally be healing. Healing yourself of 1d6 hit points if you had any,
I had none.
and
That's
1
what
point
Jason-
of corruption.
And 1 point of
Hold
corruption.
it, it heals corruption?
It heals corruption.
Yo,
Okay, our
Okay.
corrupt friends.
I've
move
Yeah.
on.
shiny and new.
It's temporary corruption.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
one temporary corruption.
what?
I said no.
Captain, it's
Because I'm
shiny.
smart.
It help.
Are you gonna try?
I will take a sip.
Are
I'll
you
hold her up
sipping?
too.
Are you sipping from the wineskin or using your own
Wait.
hands?
Why am I
A
not
piece-
the idiot this time?
That's how I got there. I lift her up to the thing.
I will sip from the wineskin.
Okay. You sip from the wineskin and get 1d6 hit points back and 1 temporary corruption removed.
There, that's the one I'm looking for.
I don't think anybody else
The
wants.
temporary
For once,
corruption.
the goblins weren't lying. The magic water is magic water.
Right.
Yay, my temporary corruption is gone.
You got temporary
Yay.
corruption drink out.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just got permanent.
You got 3 or 2?
It's all
I
the
have
for
2 permanent
reals.
out of a total of 3.
How do you have the 2 permanent?
Where's my
Bad choices.
It wasn't my choice. Well, my character's choice. It was definitely Luncheon's. No, I
Yeah, that,
I took one to the backbound. The
No.
yeah. Bane.
Hey,
Bane, yeah.
Yeah, Bane.
Bane? From,
Yeah.
Like from Batman?
Yes, I took Bane.
I'm coming for you, Batman. I'm going to break the bat.
When I got my wisdom teeth removed, that's the only thing that I said. You know, people say crazy things under anesthesia, but that's all I
Okay,
said
you're
was I was
seven.
just like laughing with the
Yeah.
mask on my face, like I feel like Bane from Batman, and then I blackness.
nice.
Mine was, so yeah, they put the brace in, they give me the IV. It's like, okay, you're gonna have a weird taste in the back of your mouth. Okay, yeah. It's like, now count back from 10. Okay, 10, 9. I feel an hour and a half later I wake up going, oh.
Wisdom teeth, so fun.
Good times.
Mine it burned it, and I was like, why does it?
And it's
Just
funny because there's
make
no
it-
warning. You're just gone.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Technically speaking, I could have had my wisdom teeth come in and not taken out. I
Yeah.
have enough room in my teeth and everything. They
No,
were
I
just-
had one impactor, so they just took them all.
Yeah, but now because of the way things are, my mouth is just slightly wide without my teeth. Very bad for eating chips.
So your wineskin had 4 doses. Are you going to refill it?
Yes, she is.
The captain takes a swig and says, "More!
Hands back up.
Give me your sleight of hand. Let's not lose the wineskin."
Where's my flask?
4 plus 7. So.
Brain power left.
I said, where's my flask? I said, where's my life?
It's over 10.
It's just good enough. I'm going to take that time to chew and make you stress. Okay? So you guys have the full wineskin of the sacred water.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get moving.
You
What's
have
the
a
village or the
Or the ogre.
ogre?
I think we should go to the village and figure out
What's
what the hell's
what's
going on.
yeah?
'Cause we got no information.
Wait a
on
week.
where it's
We've
at.
only been out for 2 days.
I do have antlers on my back.
Can we
Something could
gather
happen.
some of the corrupted grass or something safely to bring it back to
You can try.
Nose?
Would I know somebody around here who would see?
No.
Damn it, okay.
This is a mystery for another day. I'm going to dangle this one in front of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we only got 30
Nothing we can
minutes
probably do to it now, so.
Do you want to collect some of these samples?
I do. I want to try and collect some of the samples and.
So you can either do sleight of hand if you want to just be safe and forensics that shit.
Okay.
Or you could do arcana to use big brain science of magic.
Nope, I'm more sleight of hand. Let's see though. I'm picking a different D20 for fucking stupid.
I feel that one.
Go away. Yes, son.
Like I actually had to throw away one of my
I don't know
D20s.
where your fries are. Okay. 13?
Okay. You safely gather some samples of this so you can say later on, "Hey guys, what's this?"
Next. Word. Okay. That's my broken pencil. Thank you, son.
We both know.
Alright, well, I'm ready to head back. We're
Yeah.
ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you guys heading back to the village?
Yeah.
I will be doing a perception check to look out. Because I know this one, even though I'm taking points,
Thank you.
we're gonna miss it.
There are your fries.
Now I know where they are.
Yeah.
They're here.
Dun, dun, dun.
The fries have arrived.
Bye.
Finally. Okay.
How are your fries?
Hot?
Flammable.
Yeah.
Freaking hot. Yeah.
Flaming hot.
Ooh, I want some Cheetos. Especially the lime ones.
Mm.
Yeah, no, the spicy lime ones.
So
Oh,
it's
that's
been a week,
so
so trying to
good.
follow the human truth wouldn't work.
You could try. I mean,
Not a,
Well, no, we
got a
probably
map of
killed
where
them.
they've gone around, so. I mean, we eliminated them, we got
so
their
either
map,
it's
so
the
hopefully
same
none of
group
the
that
others.
lost the person, or it's a different group.
It's probably the same
It's
group.
true.
Yeah,
I would
probably.
assume it's the same one, but.
Since we eliminated
That
it, we got
lost
the map,
somebody.
hopefully that's not got back to the rest of their party, but there may be more coming.
On the map,
uh-huh.
is between where is there anything between the spring and where we found those doofuses?
Give me a perception check. Or a survival. I'll take either or.
18 either way.
18? You notice that between where the spring mark is and where you ran into them, there's definitely some impressions of fingernails that were pointing that direction, that we're going to head that way on the map. So you're definitely thinking
They're the ones we
these are the guys that you ran into.
Okay, I'll share it and see if.
And when you look at the map, you realize the path between the spring and where you ran into them was like through the forest, a path of least resistance in regards to hiking cross country. So you as a scout would have picked the same path to not go into the thicker stuff or the more dangerous stuff. Especially stupid humans.
So basically, a high probability it was the same ones, or they ran it, or they met up with definitely working for Okie dokie.
Which further reinforces these humans had it coming.
No, of course.
Good.
Meddled with things they shouldn't.
Especially if they're in the forest jacking up stuff elves did long ago.
If you'd have seen it.
Does anyone want to give me an investigation on the clay bits?
Let's see. What is my?
I'll just throw that one out there.
Let's see, my investigation is a -1, so.
No, I only
I don't even have an
7.
You further break the evidence.
Without even touching it. What? How?
I just have the wind blows and it falls off.
+2.
I am 0 plus or minus.
Oops, spirit's box on.
I was asked to do a different check. We can do them first.
So +2's the best.
I think you're the best if you want to investigate the clay pieces.
Just remember, I got his dumbest doornail.
All right. Well, 17 and 19.
You kind of like lean down and look at the piece, and pretty much instantly you realize with just a safe poke to flip over the pieces that there was a plug that matches the black stained hole. Perfect.
And of course,
And-
the humans pulled the plug.
And you can clearly see like 3 or 4 little wedge marks, like when someone uses a knife like a screwdriver,
Right.
like a chisel,
Right.
because they shouldn't be using either one of those like a chisel. And, you know, someone
Morons.
struck the rocks hard enough to pop the piece off. When it did, it broke. And you are pretty sure the contamination, it came out of that little hole.
Right.
Stupid humans.
Swearing.
Is the plug still there somewhere?
The plug
No,
is
the plug,
broken.
the plug,
Oh,
yeah.
that's what the broken
Yeah.
piece
Here's
is.
another one.
Basically, this little circular clay, figure. And with your investigation of what?
19.
19, there are some elven words,
Don't remove.
which you don't know, but you can totally let one of your
I
friends
speak
know.
Elven.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay. Clearly, the bits that you have, without like plunging your hands into the
Yeah.
funky water to get the rest out, talks about may this hold the darkness at bay for all times as we seek to fulfill our sworn oath to the iron and to the humans and to
Oh,
the
of course.
Davokar.
All right.
Do not touch. Do not twist.
Can we just shove something else in there?
You could if you want. Does someone want to try?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be like, well, let's just fill it up then. And I've got some rags with my smith's tools, and I'm just gonna
Okay.
try and stuff some
So go ahead
towels
and
in
give
there.
me a Smith's Tools check. And you can use any attribute you want. So you're proficient in Smith's Tools.
Okay.
So you can use like strength to hammer it in, dexterity to be agile with it, as you're going to basically plug the hole.
Okay.
You're
I'm
like,
gonna
I've got
use-
some bendable metal.
I'm gonna roll survival then, just to be like, I'm trying to help people survive.
Well, this would be a tool thing because you're
Oh,
going
but
to
I've
whip
got
out your
tool
actual
thing.
tool.
Okay, okay.
So you have +2 for proficiency with Smith Tools, and then plus
Okay.
1 of your attributes.
Dexterity.
But isn't the genie already out of the ball?
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
so I'm
more
Gonna,
can come bubbling up. You never know.
okay, I'm gonna roll dexterity
As a
then
geologist,
plus 3
or
plus 2.
dissolution,
Ah!
pollution, dilution.
That one is covered.
But it's still oozing stuff out from,
Yeah.
right? So it's still
Mhm.
dripping.
So 13 plus 3 plus 2
My mother was a
18.
geologist.
18. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, while you're packing the hole with material,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of accidentally
Oh, she
brushed
was
the black stuff, and you just like rubbed it off. No problem for you, by the way.
Interesting. Okay.
Do you let anybody know this?
I'm just not even gonna think about it
Okay.
because I'm not the smartest. I'm
Well,
just,
that
I'm
and
just
you're
gonna be like, oh, got some goop on me, you know, wiped it off.
and you
didn't even
take
think about it.
1 hit point of damage.
Okay.
Oh.
As the stuff just leaves like a little rash. You're allergic.
Again, it's
Okay.
the solution.
It could almost
Pollution
be
is
because
dilution.
you're a dwarf and you don't suffer corruption. You suffer hit point damage.
Mhm.
Ah.
I'm not gonna think twice about it. I'm just gonna kind of be like, well, I get
Ow.
shit on my hands all the time. I'm a smith. I'm just.
It's not the
gonna-
first time you got a cinder.
Yeah.
Maybe you smashed your finger when you were trying to.
Right.
But,
no.
but for all intents and purposes, the hole seems sealed.
Okay.
I mean, maybe the dwarves actually the elves packed the hole and the seal was just there for giggles. Or maybe they magicked it. You know,
That's my dwarf smith solution. Just plug the hole. Let's all go back to the village.
Fill it with
Alright.
iron and lead and hammer it, tight.
Now the other question: on the map, the symbol that matches where we are there any other Vikings?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Yes, you see 2 more heading towards the human territory.
Okay.
This is the furthest mark into Davokar.
So
You're
the
seeing-
rest are
furthest
south,
north?
right?
for this
Yeah.
far, so you can tell when you look. This is the furthest north they've made it
Okay.
into the woods.
So we need to find out what's in those other 2 locations.
But I still think we should see the goblins first because we completed 2 of the missions.
Well, yeah.
at least.
I mean, they would
Yeah.
probably know
And we
better.
also need
That
to
way.
let them know that the lake is corrupted, that the spring itself is still fine.
Yep.
But the lake that
pond.
Well, the
Yeah,
little
little pond.
pond.
For the goblins, they're all, it's a lake, and
It
he's just
is.
like,
It's actually a
It's a
hole.
puddle.
I've been out
It's a
drinking
lake.
and made something bigger.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
something much larger, but
I mean, it's a nice little brook.
We all
that
have
comes
like
off
these
of it.
big images in our head, and you open it up, it's 2 goblins. Like, yeah.
I mean, eventually
It's a
it
hot
should
tub.
flush away as long as you don't disturb the bottom. If it sinks to the bottom, but
Yeah. almost.
The brook seems to be kind of corrupted with the goopy stuff.
Where's the brook going?
It goes off in a little stream.
Is the stream
Towards the
head
goblin
towards
camp.
the- Yeah, that's what I'm
No,
asking.
no, the stream heads off to the northwest
Okay, cool.
or northeast.
Nowhere near my home.
Yeah, nowhere near your home.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but still not
But
cool.
still, it's a sacred spring that
Okay,
is
well-
always running.
Yeah, if
Your tribe has forever always used this spring in times of drought.
Mm.
I hate humans.
As a scout and everything, would I have any idea what's in those other 2 locations?
Give me a nature check.
18.
You're pretty sure they're ruins.
Okay.
So there'd be some kind of ruins out there.
there be ruins.
I wanted to
It's Davokar, there's
make
lots
a
of
perception check, but specifically for like seeing if the humans left
Yes.
behind any items or stash anything over here.
Okay. Go ahead, give me a
Cashews.
See, because
perception
these are
check.
humans, they like to set up like food checkpoints and stuff. every
This
once
is
in a while.
true. So give me a
Cashews.
perception
Swamp,
check,
we
but
crap
it is a
everywhere.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
because the amount of time it's
You might have just
passed.
saved his roll.
Okay, so for perception, I got 12.
12. Okay. So, that's a good question.
A natural 1.
Clearly, your friends earlier, you're not sure which one of the 2 of them must have walked by, but there's definitely a, looks like a cairn, the stack of rocks. It's totally a marker.
Okay.
And must have been knocked over, and it's totally, looks like somebody cached something in. Do you like lift the rocks to look underneath there?
I want to do an investigation check on it first to make sure it's not trapped.
Okay.
Because I know these ruins, they do be trapped.
Those
Yes,
ruins be
9.
trapped.
9. Seems completely safe. You probably just need to like move the stones and see what's hidden underneath.
Okay, I'll first look at them too. I'll be like, and then I'll move the stones and everything.
If it's
Okay.
on the south side, it was her.
You move the stones, and there's clearly a little indent where somebody obviously like took a digging stick and made a little hole, and there is a small parchment of paper.
Ooh.
I will open it. I will open up
And in there is it looks like a copper coin, but it's been hammered, so you can't tell what's on either side.
Some terrible
And there's a couple like hash mark gouges into it. So it means something. And you notice, if you remember looking at the map and looking at the coin, it's got the same mark that the map has.
Does this little parchment or scroll say anything on it?
You open it up. Do you read the tongue of the southern humans?
Yes, I do.
You do. And clearly it basically gives a date of about a week and a half ago by the human calendar. Not that you elves care about those things. The group is Scout Troop C, as in cats.
There's multiple.
We have departed 2 months ago to head into lighter Davokar. Headed in northeast. The date, that's about a week ago of discovery, again repeated, and it said spring, and there's some word that just says danger and corruption,
Yeah, they caused it.
and lost one party member. Heading off to the direction where you know that you may have run into this group later, rolled up, and wrapped in little oiled leather.
Oh, they're geocaching.
Okay. They're geocaching. Okay. So I will come up to you. because I feel like you would know this or understand it somewhat. I hand you the coin first.
And immediately you recognize the mark is the mark on the map.
Mm-hmm. And then the second thing is like.
That could just mean that they've been there. I mean, it's.
Well, it's identify the map and then
Yeah.
what that note relates to that location.
You're imitating the goblin hand signs you've seen before.
Yo!
Captain, do you want to translate?
Translate!
Silence is hand gesturing. It's not connecting.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I was
I
distracted.
translated what I said.
Distracted by the cuteness.
Yes, I know. Just
Yeah, you read.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea what that says.
You don't speak the damn
I speak
human
barbarian.
tongue.
I can speak barbarian. I can
I can
translate.
too.
Well, it's
it's
actually
Ambrian.
Hand sign to
Ambrian.
the hand sign.
Ambrian.
I can speak Ambrian too.
If I
Oh, you
knew,
can?
okay,
Yeah.
because if I was the only one who's bad and spoke Ambient, that would have been so hilarious.
You don't
No,
like
I
the
can
southern
Ambrian.
humans. Why would you learn their tongue?
Yeah.
Better
can't
tongue
speak
them
barbarian.
down.
I've never had contact with them, so.
it's like, okay, I read it out to everybody, you know.
Obviously, you know that the scouts here work for the queen and they're sneaking into your woods. And they fuck some shit up.
Yes. Yeah, I noticed they don't say they caused the corruption. Friggin'.
It wasn't corrupt until you got there and put your dagger in
They
someplace
were
it
trying
didn't
to figure
belong.
out what that seal was.
Yeah,
They
trying
found
to
out.
loot shit, thinking that.
And deep in the woods, you hear the giant from the west roar.
Alright. Well, let's get
Okay,
back to the camp.
so who's
Then
going to give me
I
my survival roll to get you back to camp?
That'd be,
Wow.
what is that, a 9 plus 4?
No,
Give me
don't
some
get that one.
horrible
That's the one that
rolls.
fell on the ground.
That's still good, 9 plus 4, so that's
13. It's better than a horrible.
yeah.
Okay.
13.
So you guys it's about 2 days hiking through there. You find a couple safe spots. You can see where goblins have camped before. Obviously, between the spring and the goblin camp, there's a bunch of old abandoned spots where goblins have camped before.
Yeah.
So you find safe harbor because literally these goblins like to take the brambles and do the total bramble surround yourself camps because it makes life safer.
Of course.
And give me a nature roll.
Nature.
I'll die. I'll
15.
15. Remember those certain flowers you were looking for?
Yeah.
You do find 4 of them.
Sweet.
Flowers? He was looking for
He's
flowers.
looking for pretty purple flowers.
Yeah, it's pretty purple flower.
Definitely help it help potions.
Blue flower with red thorns?
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be so much easier if I wasn't colorblind.
Right?
And you guys make it back to the village about dusk. You see the little goblins have their little fires going, cooking their bugs. You see the goblin life happening. As you guys come back and the goblins get all excited and you non-goblin speakers hear them go, Ooja!
And I'm like,
Ooja!
behold, we have returned triumphant!
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. So.
Oh. Okay. With advantage. Okay, I got a 7!
Wow.
Thank goodness I
As
had
everyone walks right past your captain and goes up to the elf with the horn strapped to his back, as they're all like, "Good job." Ooh. One mother goblin clutches her child's eyes to not look at the horns, but goes, "Good job."
I'm just going to untie them and have one horn in each hand. Just go.
Everyone takes 5 steps back. One child starts to cry.
Good.
Another one faints.
As soon as you do that, the shaman's tent in the treehouse opens up, and you see her stick her head out, and she wards away whatever evil is here, and the people are crying. And the old goblin chieftain and his retinue of people come out, and they're looking at you guys, and they're like,
We have returned triumphant!
one of them's like, they went to the Blood Stag. Why are they coming from that direction? And they all come gathering around
the water.
wanting to hear the story.
Yes. So, there we were. And I explained this whole battle, and of course I make myself sound like I'm the one who took down the stag.
I led them into battle.
Which was like, high upon the rock, I led my forces into battle against the wicked Blood Stag.
And give me a deception check. Now the question is, before you roll, are you assisting the lie or are you telling the truth?
I'm in the background being like, and then this happened. And like, and then this happened.
Okay, so you're not hurting or helping.
No.
Okay. So. And
Sure not persuasion?
nope, it's deception because you're lying.
I'm not lying.
From
I
her
did beat
point of
them.
view, she did beat him.
Okay, I got a 21.
As everyone is like, oh. Like immediately you guys are listening to her, she's just gibbering away in Goblin. And all the goblins are like making all these different mannerisms like, ooh daba, ooh zunu. All of a sudden one comes over and hands her fresh goblin grog and a fresh beetle.
He's like, and then,
Oh yeah, she's lying.
and then I'm like, lady silence, then severed the horns upon my command.
Upon my command.
And we bring them here. However, we did not come straight here. No, we did not.
So are you explaining to us what you're explaining to them?
Not yet.
But we can tell just because we know her that she's
It's very, she does the hand sign
Yes.
for the horns
And like, cut off
and the
horns.
chop.
Well, about that point, I interject and basically tell them that the area is still corrupted and to avoid for many moons as the corruption fades.
But it's getting better. It's getting better. It's like, and then. So we just moved towards the sacred pools. And my friends, I have sad tidings. The pool is in danger.
Ah! And like there's this cascade of
Humans.
screams of gnashing of teeth.
Do you remember those
Goblin women drop down on their knees and start wailing.
Do you remember those nasty humans me and my crew destroyed when you first met us?
And the chieftain and his group of homies puffs up their chests. Yes.
They first came from the pool and wreaked havoc.
Now, see, very important milestone at this point. Give me a persuasion check with advantage of turning the goblins against humans. Are you doing this?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I was assuming so.
So that would be a 19.
19. Okay.
They weren't already against humans?
They hated them, but they're not like, let's go burn them down.
More fervent.
Oh, and we were kind of trying to get them on
We're
our
trying
side.
to get
They're
them
currently
rally them.
indifferent from humans because they don't
We're
have
trying to
regular
get them
content.
pro us and
Anti-human.
con
And I'm
human.
totally in the background being like, evil humans.
Ooh.
Just like the interpretive dance in the background.
Yeah.
While she's like
Yes.
telling her tale.
Got some
Acting it all
Avatar
out.
style dance going on.
And we have proof that they were there first. And they have,
Mama,
my friends,
help me.
my family.
Some goblin child is so distraught.
It's like,
My neck.
they have released such corruption upon the sacred pool. It makes me cry to say.
Upon the pool.
You cannot drink
Upon
from
the
the
land.
lake.
As the
Do not
shaman
drink from the lake anymore. It will kill you.
and the shaman, she comes over and kind of pokes you with the stick and says, tell us more of what you mean by corruption of the sacred life waters.
In there was a destroyed pot. The sacred bindings from the elves and the humies broke it.
Oh, and
Letting
she kind of cuts you off with the staff to the face instead of the finger. And she says, the sacred seal from the trusts. And everybody goes, ooh.
those nasty humans broke it.
And she
They
goes,
broke it and set it free.
and she goes on to start, she interrupts you again. And she goes on in Goblin and gives them this tale of the sacred trust with totally, you two recognize the elven words for the Iron Sworn High Command basically it's their special name and their Cave of Tears. She quotes some of their names that you know from like way back in the day, which is hundreds of lifetimes of goblins.
Yes.
Yeah, about how the great ones came and sealed away evil to protect us in Davokar.
But those nasty humans freed that evil. One of them at the cost of their own life. Too bad it didn't get all of it.
And I will,
But
catching a hint of what they're talking of, I will mention the name of the actual creature.
Oh,
but there is
they have no idea about that.
Okay, just in case.
But there is one bit of hope. The spring is above the pool, the lake. And if you drink directly from the spring and not the lake,
You're good.
you're fine.
Now, quick question.
And we brought back its sacred water.
Since you know and you know, do you want to help nudge the tribe to being friends with the Iron Sworn?
Yeah, I'm gonna and we of the Iron Sworn are going to try and stop it. It seems this corruption seems to be moving to the north. Be warned. But we will do, the Iron Sworn will do all that it can to restore the balance. From those nasty human.
What? I think that's something worse than pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
Huh? Those nasty humans.
So give me a persuasion check to help increase the faction with the Iron Sworn.
What is it?
It's a pizza of some kind.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, that was my reaction just a few seconds ago.
Oh my
What is
god.
It's candy cane pizza.
You're perfect. You hardly touch a candy cane
It's
pizza.
diabetes and
Oh
on
my
bread.
The worst
God.
part is, it's a cheese pizza with candy cane on top of it.
That's
it's not like it's
nasty.
the sauce or anything. It's
Yeah.
really cheese pizza with candy cane on top.
That's gross.
Letting it
And the
melt
crunch,
down.
like-
Yeah, when it hardens.
What is it? Oh,
Okay.
oh God.
So
I didn't think
now,
about that.
oh.
But it's minty fresh.
Are you using advantage because of your cool
my
boon?
boon.
What?
You don't. It's
It's a thing
It's
that's
like
really
it's
good.
like special for my.
It just
on
will
the
make
back of
everything
your
minty
white
fresh.
So basically, I want to use my boon here. I want them
Got it.
to. It's basically I get a plus. I get advantage on all
Oh,
charisma rolls with them.
so go ahead and give me a roll.
And
it
but
lingers
it
behind you.
lingers.
So all the
it's-
villagers will keep talking about how awesome the Iron Sworn are.
and
if
how
you
terrible the
succeed.
humans are.
Terrible.
Well, you've already told them how horrible
Well, I
the
know,
humans
but I
are.
just want to keep.
Emphasize.
This is for how much the goblins will
Woo,
support
all
the Iron
right.
Sworn.
So that would be a to 1 to 3.
23, okay.
They
So
better like us now.
you definitely notice the reaction amongst you guys since you are identified as the Iron Sworn. That you are not indifferent. They're friendly with all of you guys now. They're like totally like, you want to puff my smoke? The shaman after this night's festivities
present
are
the
over will be
water
less angry at the
To
two
the
of you.
shaman.
Water to shaman.
And the shaman will take the
Shaman
water
water.
and she will sniff the water and she will give it the yes. And she will take it up to the chieftain's hut and hang it up at the ceremonial hut.
And then I did it.
What do
Horns.
they do with the horns? Do they
Horns.
want them or they
Give
just
them the
want to
horns.
prove?
Are you going to present them the horns?
He already went, ah.
I thought
Well, he
that-
threatened them all with the
Yeah,
horns.
just bragging.
He
Show
menaced
off.
their lives with the horns.
You know, no, I don't think I will.
Oh.
Give them the horns.
Horn symbol.
Can I do persuasion on silence?
Can I be a klepto and take it?
You're going to try to persuade
Come
him?
on, give it. This is part of the deal.
Well, they didn't necessarily say
Okay,
you
give
have to
him
give
one.
them.
One, come on.
Yeah, they didn't say that they needed them. They just said bring them.
You need
So,
proof.
I basically say you lied.
I did not lie.
Can I steal?
No,
You can.
You are a klepto.
I am a klepto.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to hide.
It's a hard.
Yeah, big
but I
horns
wanna
kind
take
of don't
it.
know where you're going to
Get
put
it.
them.
What if they could just be convinced
We're gonna
that
keep
one
the-
tiny piece was the entire horn?
It's like we're gonna keep the horns so that we don't leave the corruption with you.
And that's how she interprets your hand sign. Don't you wish you spoke Goblin?
Our brave lady has taken this onus on herself to prevent the corruption from staying.
Give me a deception roll.
It's not deception.
It's deception.
Okay, it's 16.
16 is good enough. The village will accept this. And you totally get, like, some of the wise men were like, good, because we were just going to burn it anyway.
Watch, you're gonna attach them to your mask.
Hey yo! Let's go!
Oddly
I'll help
enough,
you connect it.
day 1 you glued them and strapped them down with leather bindings. Day 5 they seem to be growing into the magic mask.
Right.
I didn't even mean to keep them. That was not my plan.
Day 300 the berserk rage is right there at the edge of your mind.
Well, because it's grown into.
I gotta say, you know what? Task failed successfully.
Day 175 the mask does not come up. And as you guys get celebrated, there's totally the Ewok style party at the end of the night.
And now we tell the shaman that it's like, and it's like, we will still complete the 3rd trial, but we had to bring this to you as soon as possible.
And the shaman will pat you on the hand in a grandmotherly way and say, you did well.
The
You
acceptance
did well.
from the shaman.
Your friends are strange to our ways, so we will excuse their rudeness. But they will become part of the tribe.
You are
Even I
wise.
understood what that
They will be given time to rest and recover from their adventures, and we will give them the initiation ceremony. If they survive, they will be part of the Nothorns.
We're gonna be initiated. I don't mention anything about if we survive.
And as you guys all go to the nice hut that's been built for the bigger folks, and then there's a smaller one for the smaller folks, that's a good place to wrap it up. But as you all get comfortable and go to sleep, you feel a magical golden glow surround each of you. As you hear a ding! As you were all level 2 from your many adventures before you guys got to this goblin hovel. And yes, the Iron Sworn and you all are friendly in the village, even with the shaman, even though she still gives you the look.
That's alright.
It could also be the engagement look, you're not sure.
We can have our mutual,
That's a 10.
friendly disagreements.
No, I just gotta say, my plan was not to keep the horns. It was just straight up, I want to be like, hey, yo, you got stuff for killing it? Why don't I get stuff for killing it?
And thanks to a certain blacksmith's expertise,
stuff.
there is actually a working forge in the village.
Yes. We bet.
Yeah, I was gonna plan to ask the blacksmith and the witch to help me forge these antlers on my mask, apparently. Because, that's a good place to keep them. And who knows, maybe I can get a gourd. Seems in line,
Yeah.
The Zinga just runs in, poof.
A very barbarian approach.
Yeah, exactly.
Very berserker.
Oh, so my fighter character got killed.
Oh, damn.
So, and it was like the funniest. So the thing is, it was going really well. So it was 12 people, right? But 11 of them were all level 1s, okay? So it was pretty easy. And so what we did was one of our players bribed the spirit to basically snuff out all the torches in the area. So it was completely dark for them. They were all humans, and we all had dark vision. So it was really easy picking.
Dark vision.
Dark vision.
Yeah.
Everybody roll.
Initiative.
And
Anyone
then,
have blind fighting?
yeah, and then we slept one of the enemy NPCs and killed them because they were slept and we got a critical hit on them. And then we slept the main boss, who the other NPCs couldn't find because it was dark. And so the one boss was slept, and then we just was stabbing them. And then what happened was, as soon as we were backing off, they came up, and apparently he was a level 11 fighter, and we were level 2.
Oh.
And I kind of got killed in one round.
You kind of got backhanded to death.
Yeah, well, he didn't look like it because his AC was like 15. He didn't have a shield, and I just got attacked 3 times. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Womp womp womp. Congratulations, you found the final boss you were supposed to fight on the first fight.
Exactly. I gotta say, the funniest part about that was my second character for the campaign, because my first one was also killed.
Okay, you guys, we're gonna
I'm
go.
gonna hide.
Nice to meet you.
Bye. Okay.
Be careful getting home.
I'm gonna hide behind a pile of dead parts.
We leveled up.
Yep.
What do I do?
Thank you for listening to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition, a member of the Creative Play and Podcast Network. Please follow us on Patreon at patreon.com/CPPN to never miss a show or stream.